Hey, you like the stock market? What a coincidence. So do I. In fact, this is my reoccurring Monday real life stock review where I look at stocks that you requested and go through the analysis and see what's shaping up. Let's dive in together right now. Traders from around the world, welcome to your Monday real life stock review. Trust you're doing amazing, simply sensationally splendid. Here's the SPY, and today, relatively high wave indecision day. We did end up down a little bit, 21 cents or 0.08% on the day. Mostly a high wave candle, an indecision candle, because yesterday, which was Friday, was almost a shaved bottom candle. In fact, in the morning room, got to give a shout out to my girl Arabia Johnson, who just absolutely nailed SPY bearish, shorting the high of the day into the VIAB. This was a perfect trap play, and we discussed this at length in the morning day trading room. In fact, shout outs to also Thomas Wong, my boy over there in California, who went long down here as the bear trap was formed. That's where we were discussing about going long on the SPY. And since this was a bull trap, I mentioned earlier this morning that this too right here was going to be a bull trap. So this is where Arabia went bearish on the SPY. If anybody wants a copy of this morning's recording, I actually did record all morning long my day trading session for today. So if you want that, just email me, let me know, and I'll be happy to send it to you. But anyway, that was the SPY. Gorgeous little setup, nice little move. Great job, Arabia. Great job, Thomas. And that information was really inferred from looking at the daily candles and the intraday candles. The two stocks that we did play today for over 1.7 Rs. Viacom, bullish gap and go. And the big warning signal for me on this one that got me out of the trade relatively quickly was this gap action, bearish retest gap, and of course the 10 EMA that was acting as a resistance. Phenomenal gap, great volume. I mean, everyone was getting trapped on this thing. Here's the 5-minute chart, and you'll notice that it actually did break above. So here's this high wave candle. So on the high wave 1-minute chart, we got triggered in on Viacom. Let me see, 4 minutes in, 3 minutes in. This candle right here, 8:33. So 8:33, we got triggered with a stop loss down here somewhere, 26.40, and exit a tenth of the position right there, and then exit the rest of the position right around here. Again, for a small gain, but someone once told me that 0.2R wins is more than 0.2R losses. And then, of course, we straight up smoked Tesla today for 1.5 Rs. This was that trade right here. Let me pull this up. And again, this is all recorded from the morning day trading room today, but let me pull up. Looks like it's going to try to load both of these. All right, this should work. And here it was. This is a 5-minute chart on Tesla. So if I hop back over to Tesla, first and foremost, the reason I went bearish, you had 7 bearish candles in a row on a weekly chart, which I do not think has ever occurred on Tesla before. It's had 6, but it's never had 7. And this would make the 8th. So a bunch of black candles gapping down. We're in a support, right? Same exact support level that we've been before. And you had a bearish candle gapping down into that support area. So my thoughts were, yeah, let's look for a long. So on the 5-minute chart, when it made a new low of the day, so here's the new low of the day right here, everyone got in short, right? Traded up, trade down, trade up, traded back down, and then completed a tweezer top right here, 1 penny away from a perfect tweezer top. Very next candle closed above that. So once that close happened, I just bought the retest of that tweezer, and that was it. Obviously using that analysis a little bit with the SPY and the Qs, kind of to talk about how we played that. But overall, the eggs on this one was 261 and some change, was right here. So the exit was just a solid, nice, cheeky 1.5 Rs on Tesla. Could have been 2, but I would have had to hold through all of this retracement right here. And again, I'm not really that worried. If I can lock in 1.5 Rs, leaving half an hour on the table, I mean, the truth is we're always going to leave money on the table, right? All the time. So I like that move on Tesla a lot. That was pretty. Apple, Gonna go ahead and straight up say it. I loved their event today. We watched it in the trading room today for about an hour. Loved pretty much everything about it. Apple Arcade is probably going to end up being another $3 million per day of just pure revenue for Apple. Just wait on that to be an absolute money-making machine. The Apple Card and Apple Pay going to be straight up bonkzilla good. Loving it, loving it, loving it, loving it. Sell the news, obviously, right? Apple's always been a sell the news, buy the dip type of company. So we're down 1% today. But realistically, retesting the lows and the retest of this candle. Now, there's going to be a lot of people who disagree with me, but that's what makes the market. I think the event that Apple came out with today, I mean, the news service was lame, and a few of the other announcements were lame. But the Apple Pay, Apple Card, and Apple Arcade will be massive game changers. I'm just letting everyone know that's going to be some serious money-making opportunities for Apple, some serious stickiness with their products, with their phones, which a lot of people are saying people are going to stop buying. They're not going to stop buying them. They're just going to keep coming up with more greatness. Apple has taken over. Love the company. And all I can say is whatever dip we get, especially if we get into the 175 area, which I think is plausible, that would be a great dip buying opportunity. But I don't know if that's going to happen, but if it does, I'm all about it. That makes the most sense to me, right around 175. We'll pull back to that spot. Boom, baby, all over it. Weekly chart looks good. Again, nice little move, nice structure, nice volume. Love the announcement. Apple full bull on a pullback. Okay, let's go look at some stocks that were requested. How do I minimize this? Yeti. So some people requesting Yeti. We had a really good write-up on Yeti, the IPO article. And I'm not a believer in this IPO. I could be wrong, probably am, but it is a cup after all. And they have a cooler. Yes, but there's other companies, I think, that have coolers and cups that also sell them. So, what? Oh, they have T-shirts too. Actually, reminded me they have actual T-shirts as well. So they're selling all kinds of products, as I say in air quotes. So I just don't see this company being from $13 to $30 in a few months. The trend is bullish. I agree on that. I almost took a bullish entry here with a stop loss there based on these candles. That would have been a nice win. I don't think I'm going to buy the hype on Yeti, folks. I mean, we might buy the dip and maybe make an R or something on it at some point, but I just don't see how Yeti's product is massively different than what GoPro's IPO did. I don't get how it's massively different. Maybe I'm just an idiot. But GoPro, you can see, ran up about 300%. Really, really nice move. And then after 2 or 3 earnings where people are like, wait a minute, they only buy this thing once or twice. You can have a bunch of them, but they last a long time and they're really useful and everyone loves the product, but it's a one-product sales system. Once you buy it, you're pretty much done. I have a Yeti. I've had it for about 2 years, and I love it. I have it right now. It's cold. Water's great. Ice is great, but I'm not going to need to buy another one. So anyway, GoPro, I don't see how it's a massively different product. Maybe I'm just being weird, but I can say that GoPro is above all the long-term moving averages. Sorry, on the weekly chart, it's above the 10, the 20, and the 50 EMAs. That is a bonus. And here's the daily chart. In the daily chart, I actually do like today's candle that came in. I really like this little triangle pattern that broke out right here. My nephew, Derek, had some shares of GoPro, and he bought in a little bit early. Got out a little too early, but nice little small trend on GoPro. You are above the 200 and the 100 on the daily, but the weekly 100 is about to come and punch GoPro in the face once again. And when that happens, it probably will trade a little bit lower. So that would probably be my target on GoPro. Next on the list is Keurig Dr. Pepper, KDP. And Keurig, this is a cute little chart. I like the bullish trend. It's hard to be bearish on Dr. Pepper because that is straight up God's juice. It is so pretty. 23 flavors in your mouth, straight up delicious. Nice looking trends. Keurig Dr. Pepper. I think just buy the dip. Exponential moving averages, you're above it. I mean, it came into the 10 right here on the 20th of March. Put into the 10 again today. The weekly chart looks good. It's just going to be a slower mover. Before the whole merger and acquisition and all that good stuff, Dr. Pepper was a slower, bullish to neutral stock anyway. I mean, you can see the trend, right? Trend is straight up on fire. It needs a little bit of a rest, but overall, I think bullish does indeed make the most sense. So if you're in bullish, I guess stay in bullish. Here's United Airlines, UAL. And United Airlines, I have one analyst out there saying it's a straight up head and shoulders pattern, which I don't specifically disagree with. It does look head and shoulder-ish. You got the neckline pretty much right here. The hardest part is you've already had 5 weeks of selling on United, and the 100 and 200 simple is not very far away, and you can see we actually have bounced off of those before. So I'm not saying that we can't go lower on UAL. What I am saying is if we do go a little bit lower, it'll probably be some opportunities to potentially buy on the shorter term bounce. I wouldn't exactly be shorting right here unless it retests a little bit more. I mean, had I gotten in short back on 18th or 15th of March, yes, I could get behind that because that was when it broke the 200, retested and rolled over. So right now, you know, it's getting a little bit late to the party. So that's UALL. Here's Ollie's Bargain Outlet. Earnings right around the corner. I'll be getting out of this tomorrow. Not holding over earnings, even though I probably should. I think based on the fact that I'm short, it could gap up and it could cause me to lose more than 1 R, which I don't really want to do. So, you know, if it gapped up to here, I'd be out for 2 Rs. And if it gaps down, sure, it could run to the moon. But it's a risk that I don't really want to take. Even though I could, based on March. March has been really good, especially with 1.7 Rs today. Just going to wait on Ollie's Bargain Outlet and get out tomorrow. Looked at Tesla, looked at VIAB. Here's the last one on the list, AXSM. Beautiful gap on Awesome Therapeutics, spelled with an X. Just phenomenal gap. If you're practicing your bullish gap and goes, this one was straight up on fire. I did not trade this one personally today, although one of my buddies does have an algorithm that traded this today a few different times, and gorgeous trend. I mean, I don't really have an excuse for not getting in bullish right here, other than already being in a trade. I mean, that was pretty much it. It was up a decent amount at the time. I didn't specifically pull a trigger. But the cool news is, you know, if I did have the algo robot up and running, it would have taken that trade, and that would have been a great move. My buddy's algo made 16 Rs today, boys and girls. 16 Rs. 16 Rs. If you want to learn how to build an algorithm, it starts tonight. Class, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central. You have this webinar. If you want it, check it out. Be there. Click on this link. 16 Rs. He made those today. This stock was one of the gaps that he played. Anyway, good stuff. One other thing that I want to mention. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, again, we're tearing this up. Filling up bars like we trade charts. I'm loving it. Wonderful stuff. Miss Peterson from Keller, Texas. Just want to give a shout out to all the traders who donated to this. Thank you. 13 donors filled it up. This project is fully funded. And the next one we have is right here. Sometimes I have 2 just in case because we fill up these so quickly. Here's the next one. Help auditory learners from Miss Putt's class, grades pre-K through 2nd in Mundelein, Illinois. $175, 3 donors so far. We could, I mean, 10 of us could put in $10 each, and this would just be almost all the way filled. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get another one filled up. We got 2 of these left, and so far we are 100% successful at enriching the lives of the classrooms and the teachers and the schools and the kids and everyone involved. So I just want to say again, thank you for being a part of that challenge for the month of March. It's been truly exceptional, exciting, and an honor to see each and every one of you doing that. Other than that, folks, that's pretty much it for me. Hopefully this was enlightening and helpful. I have the Merchant Monday starting in about 27 minutes. So I'm going to hop into there for all the traders there, and then the algo class tonight. And that's going to be 7 classes long at least. We might even add some more later because some new stuff actually just came out over the weekend. Anyway, you guys are awesome. I'll see you hopefully on Wednesday. A lot of great videos, a lot of great content coming your way. Folks, you rock. Until then, love life, live life, and trade it. Bye.